Meat Radio, brought to you by Meat Radio. Organic Meats, Morris Valley Farms. We are your local meat radio and your local meat butcher shop and your farmer and your rancher and your content producer and your all smiles Heather Hippopotamus and your banana giver weigher. That was pretty cool. We got to give the banana.
You're just happy to get that thing out of your house.
I gave my banana to your friend.
6 feet tall and purple and sparkly.
It was. She was very excited and distorted to get it. I hope she's listening to the show. You're gonna have to tell Lisa to listen. We'll give her a shout out. Tell her to start listening from now on. I think she listens, but I know she follows us on YouTube and the videos and all that. Guys, if you want good, clean, fresh meat like Grandpa did it, old fashioned, no in betweens, no GMOs, no hormones. I'll tell you a quick little story before I get back. I think it's important to finish up the control of the media and the manipulation and the hate that they are creating so they can blind you and get you and trick you into believing what they want you to believe just to stop a man named Donald Trump. They don't care about us. They don't care about the conservative party. They don't care about any of it. They don't care about good times or bad times or women's rights or the books that are supposedly being banned or abortion. They have no concern about any issue. They just don't want people like P. Diddy to keep getting arrested, because that's bad for business, all right? And I just see this on a lot of social media. The questions being asked, is Oprah untouchable?
Yes.
Do you think she'll ever get on the list and be on the list, or is she like a Clinton? She's unfreaking touchable.
She's untouchable. Nobody will ever touch her. Ever. Never.
Do you think that people have to die? And I never thought about this till this week. But Oprah's rise, and she never failed. She's been untarnished, even through her lies and her crap and her weight gain and her weight loss and the fact that she owns half of Hawaii and all the stuff that if you research Oprah, you can find out that she is not this sparkling, great image of a person that we all believe she is.
Still untouchable.
But do you think she's a puppet string holder?
No.
You don't think she's that powerful? I mean, think about it for a minute. Have we all missed it? Has the whole look over here distraction factor been like people like Oprah, and I'm not saying Oprah's the one or the only one, that we have more people in society than we know and believe that like are actually the powerful people behind all this? Because if you can trace Oprah all the way back to P. Diddy and all the way back to the other people.
She's
Epstein,
more trackable than the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, because everybody has been on the Oprah show, even if you weren't well, I mean, not everybody, I'm just saying, but all the famous people, but then like also anybody who was having anything go on in their life, everybody.
She made Dr. Phil, she made Dr. Oz, she made, I mean, we could go on on of the people that she made, and they have humongous careers.
And Gail.
Huh?
And Gail, her best friend.
Her love puppy.
No.
Her white chocolate.
Why can't she's black?
Gail's black?
Yes.
Wait, I thought Gail was the dude. Or Stedman's the dude.
Oh, that's right. That
is Stedman her husband?
Yes.
Yeah, she has a husband named Stedman.
I don't think they're actually married. Did they ever get married?
I don't know.
But yeah, Gail King was her best friend, and now she's a talk show host as well. All those.
Right. And her lesbian lover, Ellen.
They're not. Oh my goodness, you're so silly.
Ellen loves to unwrap a little dark chocolate every once in a while.
You need to stop that.
Especially around Christmas. We all have a fetish. You know? You have no response for that, do you? Sorry, Mama. My mom used to love her some Oprah. Think about where Oprah gets her money from.
I watched Oprah with my grandmother every afternoon.
Yeah? You never saw Jack Sajak giving away cars?
Pat Sajak?
Pat Sajak?
Yeah, he did.
Not to everybody in the audience.
Oh, yeah, no.
They saw him giving away houses.
Money buys lots of friends.
Where did Oprah get all her money, her resources from for all the stuff she's giving away? Like, because none of it affects her net worth. Oprah didn't go out and buy cars for everybody.
No, that car dealership was like, or whoever it was that she gave out, they were like, oh, this is going to be talked about forever. Yes, I can sacrifice 200 cars.
What? At $35,000 a pop?
Back then, were they 35?
I don't know.
I doubt it. They were probably more like 16, 17. I mean, we're talking 30 years ago.
25. Maybe.
Still.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's weird. I don't know. My eyes are starting to be open, I guess. And,
I mean, it was a brilliant marketing plan. Like, everybody remembers that.
Yes, but not just that. There's so much more. And then when you like the fact that she goes so quiet and so blank and so dark, no
She's
pun
got a
intended.
production company to run.
You know, I just I don't know. I'm starting to think that like there definitely are the puppet masters, and we all get hung up on the Clintons and the Obamas, Barack and all them. You know,
Well, you could pull in the Bushes too, because they had a lot of pull with a lot of stuff going on throughout the 80s and 90s.
Right.
And we could have said that they were pulling strings or playing puppets or whatever it is.
but I really do believe that they're all tied together under some common goal.
To rule the world.
Like Pinky and the Brain. What are we going to do today? Today we're going to take over the world.
I didn't watch that one.
You never watched Pinky and the Brain? Mm-mm. Kamala Harris's numbers based on the NSNBC. Now, if you go back to reporting, all right, last year, her approval rating as vice president sucked 28%. That's low. That's really
That was
low.
as a vice. We should just put her in control and see the wonderful things that she could do when
As a
she
vice-
had actual power.
Where's Joe Biden?
I don't know. I did see a clip of him. It could not have been recently, saying that Kamala was not fit to be president. That's why she was only vice president, and that may have been from 4 years ago or 5 years ago.
As he was
I don't-
picking her to be the vice.
Right. I don't even know. It might have been straight up AI. I don't know what you can believe.
How are we going to be able
anymore.
to tell anything
I
anymore?
don't know.
I don't condone AI. I'll never have
hate
AI.
it.
I'll never use AI.
Well, we say that, and then we use GPS. GPS is AI, isn't it?
I don't use GPS.
How do you get to Atlanta? You well, I mean, by now you've memorized
I
the
look
streets.
at the address and I check out a map and I know how to drive up I-75 and get off on an exit and
You're
follow the
spending
roads.
too much time looking at a map. When
No,
your
I'm
phone
not.
will tell you the quickest route.
And it's making you stupider. Your phone is making you stupider.
But it's much more fun than
No, it's
Rand McNally
not.
ever was.
Lamb McNally.
Rand McNally, the maps.
Oh, I use World Atlas, but whatever. Or Road Atlas.
Okay.
If you've never stretched a map out on the hood of your car,
Oh, I have. But they don't do that now. And I'm pretty
you're not
sure.
living.
Yeah, they don't do that now.
You're going to take the 71 to the 208. You want to jump on the 208, run it just for a bit up the road, and then you're going to hop over on the 69.
Do you remember printing off MapQuest? You never did that either because.
No.
Okay.
Well,
That was ridiculous. And that would print off like 6 pages of directions. And then you'd get confused and go right when it says to go left, or you'd supposed to go left when it's just.
My wife uses her GPS, and I tell her
Yes.
to turn it off.
No.
I'm like, it's confusing me. It's tricking me. Yeah, I know not to turn here.
I'm just saying. AI is everywhere. I don't trust it as far as the personification.
Right? All
Like
right.
if it just wants to do GPS, then that's okay.
But how's AI GPS?
It's artificial intelligence, isn't it? Your
Well-
GPS is telling you which directions to go. That should fall under.
But I thought the GPS was just like the map into Google, but
Mine
verbally telling
tells
you.
me where to go and if there's a shorter route or if there's tolls.
Well, I understand that, but
if there's a
that's
speed
AI. Or is that
trap.
a program? I guess anything.
Isn't that AI?
I
That's
don't-
my understanding. I might be wrong. Let us know.
Listen. AI is simple.
No, it's not.
It's 2 letters.
Supposed to be simple.
It's 2 letters.
Right.
Remember when Kamala Harris described AI? It's like it's just 2 little letters. A and I. It's just 2 little letters. A and I are artificial intelligence. It's a wonderful thing. It's like reaching up into the cloud to get your information back. Anyways, according to MSNBC, the importance of George Soros not owning any more radio stations and people like him having all this power and control over what we know and what we hear, because we all know that news is no longer news. It's the facts. It's not really even facts. It's the information that they want us to have, and they give it to us almost like baby food, pureed, ready to go, easy to digest. So we sip it up on a spoon, and then we run with it like as if we did some research and we know something that nobody else knows, and we run around spewing it all over social media. Kamala Harris's numbers, right? 28%. She is now, I'll save you all the details because this chart is very long. It goes all the way back to 2021, all right? When she had one of the worst ratings as a vice president. But now, all of a sudden, since Joe Biden has dropped out, now, okay, before I give you the stats, just like I was mad at Ron DeSantis when he promised us 4 years in Tallahassee and then he went off on a campaign trail to be president, you can't govern my state and run for president. You can't. You can't do both. There's not enough hours in the day to focus 100% on the people in Florida and run a campaign, right? And he withdrew from the campaign and he's back being governor. Kamala Harris cannot actively be an effective vice president and run for the president at the same time.
I'm not sure if what she's doing any different than what she was before, except now she's running.
I get that. So she has less time to be sorry than she had before. So her numbers cannot be getting better. And that's what I don't understand. She has gone from the worst vice president in the history of vice presidents. She now, because she's not president yet,
no.
So she can't get presidential rating numbers. But so now, as vice president, her approval numbers as vice president have skyrocketed to 48.5%.
Because people hate Trump so much.
Yes.
She's a good speaker. She seems friendly. She seems nurturing.
Yes. And yes.
And I've heard her say nothing other than just like, we have these plans and we're going to do this and you matter. Okay.
I was born in a middle-class family. Who wrote that for her?
I don't know.
That's better than the Hawk Tuah girl. I texted Todd that. He sent me a message. I was like, hey, at least the Hawk Tuah girl was original content. Somebody wrote that. There's two dudes right now that every time she says middle-class family, they high-five each other. Or middle-class kid, they high-five each other. Like, we nailed that. Boom. Yeah, we wrote that. We wrote that sentence, and she ran with it. I was raised a middle-class kid. Come on. Don't you know anything for nothing? I want to talk about, when we get back, the differences between Project 2025, okay, and Executive Order 14019. Stick around. Organic Meats, more friendly farms between the ribs. We'll be right back.